Look at this. This is Andy and he lost 42 pounds in 12 weeks without starvation, cardio or giving up carbs. And he did it all from home without using the gym. He went from feeling sluggish, depressed, tired and in his own words like he was killing himself slowly to waking up at 5:30 each day feeling energized, way more healthy and losing 5 inches off his waist.
Just a massive change. To not have the slump in the afternoon, to have the energy to get through the day.
In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did with Andy's nutrition approach, right down to his exact meals, and show you the 2 types of at-home training methods Andy did to get these awesome results in just 12 weeks. So you can copy it, shed stubborn fat, build lean muscle, and boost your energy levels to feel confident in your own body. First up, nutrition. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. There were 2 objectives with Andy's nutrition. Firstly, improve his insulin sensitivity to get his body functioning as a high-performance machine, which meant his muscle and functional cells would absorb the nutrient he ate from food more effectively, not just dump them into fat cells, which it was doing. Secondly, to teach his body to use stored fat instead of carbs as its primary source of energy, known as having good metabolic flexibility, which means when he exercises and is going about his day-to-day life, his body will turn to fat for energy rather than breaking muscle down. This approach is the difference between someone like Andy losing fat whilst maintaining and gaining lean muscle and someone else losing some fat but also losing muscle and feeling hungry all the time, hating life. It's because they didn't focus on getting their body functioning correctly first. They only focused on reducing calories and starving themselves, which inevitably leads to a rebound, screwed hormones and complete demotivation. That's not what we want. We want long-term sustainable weight loss. And here's how Andy achieved that. First, I increased his fats a lot, reduced his carbs down and kept them to only 1 meal per day, and kept his protein intake relatively high. So Andy's overall macronutrient intake was 50% fats, 20% carbs, and 30% protein. If calories, specifically from fats, are too low for a long period, this can have a negative impact on your hormone production. Don't be scared of fats. Don't cut fats thinking you'll lose fat faster. It works the opposite way. Now, before I go into what each of Andy's meals were, I first calculated Andy's BMR, his basal metabolic rate, which just means how many calories he burns living his day-to-day life. Now, I know calculating calories can be a pain, but you only need to do it once for transforming your body. Maintaining is the easy part, transformation is the hard part. So long as you continue with this evergreen nutrition framework, what I'm about to teach you, and don't go crazy, you'll maintain the weight loss. So to calculate Andy's maintenance level, his BMR, I use the following equation for men, which is 10 times his weight plus 6.25 times his height in centimeters minus 5 times his age in years plus 5. This came out at 2,000 calories for Andy. I then times that number by his daily activity. This goes on a scale from 1.2 being sedentary to 2.2 being extremely active. Andy was currently at 1.2. This gave me his maintenance calorie intake with his daily activity included, which was 2,400 calories. I then reduced it by 100 calories to put Andy in a very slight deficit at 2,300 calories. Now, why only a 100 calorie deficit? Because I also increased Andy's daily activity with specific training methods, which I'll come on to. So we created a deficit with a little bit from training and a little bit from nutrition. Now look at this. Here's how Andy's daily meal plan looked at 2,300 calories with 50% fats, 20% carbs and 30% protein. To start the day off, he first did his high performance wake up routine, which I'll come on to, followed by some form of movement, which I'll also come on to next. Then he had fats, protein and veg with no carbs for breakfast and lunch. And then he had his carb allowance at dinner time. There are 3 reasons why Andy didn't have carbs until dinner. Firstly, to improve his insulin sensitivity so his muscle and functional cells could absorb the nutrients he ate from food more effectively, which meant within a few days he started feeling more energized, upbeat and mentally focused, no brain fog. Secondly, I wanted to keep his body in fat burning mode for as long as possible after his sleeping fast. So when Andy was active during the day, his body burned his stored fat as energy, along with the fat from food. And finally, higher fat is very satiating. It reduces hunger levels right down. For the entire 12 weeks, Andy didn't once say to me that he felt hungry. He then had his carbs at dinner time, so his body had all 3 macronutrients to rebuild whilst he sleeps. And look at this. Here's Andy's meal plan broken down with the foods he ate and what he did each day. So Andy did his high performance morning routine as soon as he woke up every day. He went to the toilet and then he weighed himself for data. Then he cleaned and flossed his teeth. The reason he did this is because there are lots of bad bacteria in your mouth from the night's sleep. You want to clean this bad bacteria out before you eat or drink anything so it doesn't get washed down and affect the good bacteria in your gut. Your gut is your second brain. You need to treat it like that and do everything you can to keep it healthy from the get-go. Then Andy had a pint of water with lemon and ginger root to help the liver detoxify from free radicals that are released as the body repairs and grows during the night. Also a pinch of Himalayan salt to help rehydration and add minerals. and a probiotic to boost good bacteria levels and aid digestion throughout the day. This quick morning routine made sure Andy's body was primed for high performance from the get-go. Now before his breakfast, Andy either did a workout, which I'll come on to, went for a long walk, or did chores. We took advantage of his sleep fast and kept Andy's body in fat burning mode whilst doing an activity to eat into his fat stores. Now look at this, Andy's breakfast was a simple shake consisting of chocolate flavoured whey protein with no added sugar, 4 teaspoons of olive oil for healthy fats and sustained energy, and some powdered greens for antitoxins, potassiums and vitamins. Now here's a quick tip for you. If you want to have lots of daily energy, keep your potassium levels high. Green veg like spinach and broccoli are full of it. And finally, a magnesium tablet, because magnesium is essential for cellular function and our food is lacking in it due to over-farming lands. Andy has a very busy work and family life. This shake meant he could quickly get it in and be cracking on with work and family demands, energized and focused. Now check this out. Here's one of Andy's lunch options, a smoked salmon bowl. He had a variety that followed a similar structure. These types of lunches are super easy and quick to make. You just get a big bowl and bang in the spinach, smoked salmon, avocado, feta cheese, pumpkin seeds, the olive oil, and then drizzle a sauce option over it. Pumpkin seeds are the best out there because they're so nutrient dense. And you can swap the protein, cheese and sauce to make a variety of variations. Again, no carbs, keeping Andy's body in fat burning mode. Now look at this. Dinner time was when Andy ate with his family and sometimes ate out for work. So I allowed a little flexibility off plan so long as he followed this rule. Fill half of your plate with the veggies you love. Green ones are great. Fill a quarter of your plate with any kind of lean protein you love, and fill a quarter of your plate with a healthy carb you love, like sweet potato, brown rice, whole grain pasta. Then when Andy could stick to the plan, here's one of his dinner meals. He had sweet potatoes as the carb source, chicken breast, lots of veg, and then a sauce to add flavour. I kept Andy's fat intake low for dinner because he was having carbs. Insulin is released in higher amounts from lots of carbs. Insulin is a storage hormone. Your body will look to store fat straight away in the presence of insulin. That's why every food that causes you to gain weight easily is high in carbs and fat. Think cookies, chips, pizza, cake. They're all high in fat and carb. That high combo together is a recipe for fast fat storage. One should always lead, either high fat and low carb or high carb and low fat. Again, you can easily swap out the carb and protein source options to create some variety. It's super simple and super quick. And check out Andy's snacks. Almonds and walnuts is one option, with Greek yogurt and smooth almond butter as option 2. Quick and sustaining. The reason it's 0% fat is because I wanted to save the fat total for the walnuts and almonds and peanut butter because they contain a better variety of healthy fats than the full fat yogurt. Now you might be thinking, but Adam, what about the carbs and things like whey protein and veg? And that's a great question. When I refer to carbs, I mean carbs that are going to cause large insulin spikes. That's what we want to avoid. The carbs from veg and those in whey protein don't negatively affect insulin sensitivity and cause insulin resistance like the spikes from carbs such as potato and white bread do. Now look, here's a hot tip for you. Plants are the only food source that I'm aware of that have a source of anti-estrogens available. Eating plenty of high sulfur veg like broccoli and cauliflower can help raise testosterone levels, the main fat burning hormone, and the fiber also helps keep your appetite satisfied. Now look at this, here's Andy's training schedule. So for the first 2 weeks, Andy did 20-minute metabolic HIIT workouts 4 times a week. Yep, that's all it takes to get great results when your body is functioning correctly from the right nutrition approach. That's why it's so important to follow a diet that keeps your insulin sensitivity great. Then after 2 weeks, I replaced 2 of the HIIT workouts with muscle building suspension trainer workouts, making sure Andy was performing muscle-centric technique with his suspension trainer. I'll come on to what I mean by muscle-centric next because it's so important. There are 3 reasons why Andy did metabolic HIIT workouts. Firstly, in a calorie deficit, metabolism slows down. Intense short workouts like these metabolic HIIT workouts help to improve this. The more times you can spike metabolism, increasing hormones from workouts, the more fat you'll burn. Secondly, the 2 important aspects of fat loss and health are mitochondrial health in your cells and aerobic fitness. These metabolic workouts help with both of these. They improve the efficiency at which the mitochondria in your cells burn fat for energy. And finally, just simply motivation. I wanted Andy to prove to me that he could manage the short HIIT workouts. It does a lot for clients' motivation and crushes limiting beliefs when they complete just a week's worth of workouts. Throwing long workouts at Andy that required a gym and sacrificing precious family time just wouldn't have worked. He got up and got these done in the garage before his wife and child woke up and felt great for the rest of the day. Now check this out. After 2 weeks, I swapped 2 of Andy's workouts to muscle-centric suspension trainer workouts. Muscle-centric technique is what I've been teaching my clients and the thousands of members in the Fitness Freedom Athletes community for years. Most resources teach you how to use a suspension trainer with movement-centric technique, which is a waste of time because your body weight load is shared across multiple muscles. So no single muscle takes enough load to cause a muscle and strength building stimulus. You need to use muscle-centric suspension trainer technique. Isolate the muscle you want to target and don't allow other muscles to help out by using a slow, controlled technique and your mind-muscle connection to squeeze the muscle powerfully. Then the majority of your body weight load goes onto that single muscle. One muscle handling the majority of the load under constant tension creates a big muscle building stimulus, which means you build lean muscle effectively from each workout and from home. By using these two types of workouts for the 12 weeks, Andy was able to 1. Improve his cardiovascular health and overall fitness with the Metabolic HIIT workouts, and 2. Maintain and build lean muscle mass with the muscle-centric suspension trainer workouts. And look at this, Andy's additional secret sauce for losing so much weight was making sure he hit 10k steps a day. Yes, it's a classic saying, but getting your steps in each day is the difference between okay results and good results. And the difference between getting good results and getting fantastic results is getting a coach to help you. So if you found this video helpful and you're a busy professional who is struggling to lose your weight and transform your body, then I want to offer you a free consultation call with me. I've put a link down below to my calendar where you can schedule this free consultation call. We can chat about your struggles, your goals, and the challenges you're facing. It's totally free, just a consultation call, but spaces are limited as I only take on 3 clients a month and you have to be the right fit. So I do suggest booking that call in now if you are serious about making a body transformational change. Thanks for watching and consider subscribing. And if you found this video interesting, you'll probably find this one helpful too.